That's a good one, Miles. All right, going live right now. Just waiting for my streaming software to kick in. All right, how's it going, everyone? This is International Master John Bartholomew. Let me say hey, guys, first of all. I almost forgot that. It is Friday, March 24th, 2017. TGIF. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I hope you guys are too. And in honor of Friday, and hopefully cutting loose a little bit, I decided to make a subscriber arena. So I created this tournament here on Lead Chess about 30 minutes ago. You can see it kicks off in 12 minutes. So there is still time to get into this tournament if you're just tuning in right now. Link is in the description below. I also asked a few people to link it down below. So if you want to join, it is a 3+0 tournament, 3+0 blitz. And it's 1 hour long. So you got 60 minutes to try to take me down. So to try to get paired with me and then take me down. And even though we're kicking off in more than 10 minutes, we already have 39 players in climbing. This is awesome. Including FM Lovlas at 2463. This guy's not that far behind me in blitz, so I got to watch out right here. Yoordin, 2219. Hanhagen, 2198. Yeah, just a slew of 2,000 plus players. Let me say hello to the YouTube chat. I told everyone to get their shirt color predictions in before I went live, because that seems to be a little game that you guys are fond of playing. What color shirt is John going to be wearing today? If you haven't noticed, the color blue comprises about half of my wardrobe. So my mom would probably claim even more blue than that, probably like 75%, but it's around half, I would say. I really like the color blue. What can I say? How's it going, Tom? How's it going to Anton, our very faithful moderator? David? Hey, James Canty, good to see you, buddy. I played James a couple years ago at the Millionaire Chess Open, the very first one in Las Vegas. Strong player from Detroit, Michigan, I believe. He's working his way up. Really nice dude. Good to see you in the chat. How's it going, Matt? Patrick, James, Jake, Tebow. All right, we got Tebow. Yeah, Tebow is in the field. Let me see if I can click over to him. Tebow, of course, is the mastermind of Lee Chess. He's the one who came up with the site. He is the Lee Chess overlord, although he doesn't rule the site like an overlord, I would say. He is a very reasonable and nice dude from my interactions with him, and we are grateful that he created such a wonderful chess site. So thanks for joining the tournament, Tebow. Hope to see more of you in these tournaments. Lucid Chess is in here. Lucid Chess, I think an opponent of mine recently. And Ben Feingold. Terrible. Terrible. Can't believe Ben is in here again. But of course, we're happy to have Grandmaster Ben Feingold in attendance. Ben, it's not too late to join the tournament. Same with you, James. James, are you FM Lovlas, by the way? No, this is someone from Norway, so I doubt that would be you. But you should join. You should get in there, man. And you too, Ben. Everyone is fiending to see you play some online blitz. So let's do it. Gray Shoe says hello from Romania, and Adam says hello from Poland. Love to see it. Seem to be better having better luck at streaming this time of day. So it's about 1 o'clock p.m. U.S. Central Time. So in Europe, it's in the evening. Hopefully you guys are getting home from work. Relax. Throw on my stream. If you're really ambitious, join the tournament. Still time. We're starting in 9 minutes. So I'm just going to schmooze with you guys until the tournament starts. Someone is calling Ben the funniest man alive. I would say in chess, he's definitely the funniest. Funniest man alive, that's a large claim. No offense, Ben. Hello, Cirrus. David asked, John, are you exceptional at math as well? No, I'm mediocre in math. It was never one of my best subjects in school. I took accelerated math, but compared to some people, I am nothing to speak of. You know who's amazing at math is Andrew Tang, Penguin GM1. There was a stream he did recently where someone was giving him like 2-digit numbers to multiply together while he was playing Bullet, and he was able to do it pretty effortlessly. Like, didn't even break a sweat in answering. I thought that was pretty insane. Corey's checking in from Massachusetts. Thanks, Dark Eye. Maltese Crime from the Czech Republic. Almost said the Chess Republic. Hey, Ahmed. Good to see you. Someone said hello from Egypt. That makes me nervous. I am girl from Egypt. As long as you don't say I am girl from Egypt, we're all good. And if that went over your head, that reference, go check my last standard video that I played. But whoever that was that said hello from Egypt, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I know that doesn't make you good at math necessarily, but it's still impressive while you're playing bullet chess to be able to multiply two-digit numbers together. I'm sure he could do even more complex stuff than that. We're up to 107 players here, by the way. This is fantastic. Unicorns, National Master Unicorns. So this is a player, I'm not going to reveal who it is, but we've played before. We've had some standard games against each other in the past. I think we played maybe 3 or 4. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is going to be a tough field. This is not going to be easy because 3+0, I bet in order to be competitive with this large of a field, I'm going to have to berserk some games. Because I'm finite to win it, man. I want to try to take all of you down. Anything less than total victory will be a disappointment to me. I get some satisfaction, of course. Lots of satisfaction from interacting with you guys. But make no mistake, I want to win this thing. I mean, this arena is named after me, apparently. I didn't set that up. But when I created it, it's the I Am Finns arena. So I got to represent. Good at chess, bad at math. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm bad at math. I can do math just fine, but it's not one of my stronger suits. In school, I was always more of the English social studies type guy. I really like to write. I was in a couple writing competitions. That was more my thing. And I think actually that's reflected in my chess playing style as well. I've never been one to just dive into calculations in a position if I don't have some sort of positional or strategic option at my disposal. I've always played by instinct and feel rather than just calculating everything out. They say your chess personality, your chess style mimics your real life personality, and I think there's a lot to be said about that. Yes, I said finite to win it, Braffin. That's right. You didn't miss here. I'll try not to get into time trouble. I can't make any guarantees. I'm positive I'm going to be in time trouble in this tournament. This is no increment, remember. 3+0. It's vicious. Still 5 minutes to join. Link is in the description below if you're just tuning in. If you're watching this on the archive version, feel free to fast forward. I'll put a timestamp down below too, or someone will. John, do you ever hustle chess at bars? No. I have played chess hustlers before when I used to live in New York. I would go to Washington Square Park or Union Square and play those guys. But I would never play for serious stakes. In fact, I would also often feel guilty if they asked to play for money. So I never collected on the money that I won. I feel bad like taking $2, $3, $4, $5 from someone. James, are you in? I hope to see you in there. What's your username? Are you NM Bigproblem? I see a National Master in down there. I don't know if that's you or not. John, if you get the chance, can you play the Icelandic Gambit today? Ooh, that's an interesting one. If I get the chance, yes, I will do that. So that means I have to play knight f6 on move 2 in the Scandi, because that's how you get to the Icelandic Gambit. So I'm going to do that if I can remember. I tend to forget these things. John, how many squirrels could you fight? Normal-sized squirrels, or are we talking Central Park-sized squirrels? Normal-sized squirrels that you'd find here in the Midwest. I could probably take, man, I don't know if they're attacking in concert, how many I could take. Let's go with 20, 25 maybe. I feel like if they're smart squirrels, I would have my hands full for sure. How would you advise a girl from Egypt to progress at chess? Step 1, do not use Stockfish or any other engine. John, Adibon beat Karyakin recently. Did you see that game? I don't think so. What tournament was that in? I don't remember that game. Thanks, 3D Dave. Will Wesley be the next world chess champion? I think of all the people who are gunning for Magnus's crown right now, Wesley has to have the best chances. He's playing amazing chess at the moment. His unbeaten streak in tournament play of late is evidence of that. And, I'm biased because Wesley lives in the state here, and I've met him many times, and he's a great guy, but I really want to see him become world champion. I think he's got a legit shot. However, he's got to win the candidates tournament to qualify. And the candidates tournament, as the name suggests, you've got a bunch of people who are at the top of their game, all competing for one spot to play Magnus. So even though Wesley has had a better year than anyone else, it's not a guarantee he's going to win the candidates. One bad game and your chances are done with in that tournament. But I hope to see that happen. I hope he qualifies. All right, minute 30. Make sure you get in. We're up to 164 players. Now, you can late join. There's nothing against late joining. So if at any point you feel like jumping in, feel free to do that. Has Hutch reached out to you? Yeah, so actually, I just talked with Hutch the other day. I had expressed a little hesitancy about doing a collaboration with Hutch, but I talked to him and he was very accommodating. The main thing is I wanted to create a pretty clean collaboration. He has a lot of profanity in his videos, which is fine. That's his choice. But I know there's a lot of kids who watch my videos, so I wanted to make sure that the video was clean if we do a collaboration, and he was very cool about that. He said he'd be totally open to that. So that was nice of him, and we agreed to do a collab, which I think is going to happen in late April from the sounds of it. I also mentioned that I want to do something with you guys, the subscribers. I want to essentially be able to review people's games and give them some feedback. So I'm going to be releasing some information about that in the coming month as well. I've got a tournament coming up, but after I do that, I'm going to start hopefully reviewing some subscriber games, and I'm going to do it in a structured way that I think will be interesting and instructive to you guys. But yeah, the Hutch collab will happen. Okay, 10 seconds. Pretty strong field. 185 players and climbing. We're easily going to get over 200 here. Best of luck to everyone. Let's do this. I'm playing FIDE Master Lovlas in the first game. From Norway. Okay, I promised that person in the chat that I was going to try to play the Icelandic Gambit. It's not going to happen, though. They played knight f3. That's a bummer. Okay. So, all right. Now we're going to get a normal variation. I got to play fast. This is 3 minutes, so let's try to be quick about this. Oh, I should have captured on f3. That was boneheaded of me. I had a chance to disrupt his pawn structure, and I didn't take it. All right, let's castle. I don't advocate this line necessarily for black. I think this is a little passive because white gets to establish pawns on d4 and c4. They control a lot of territory here, so you do have to be careful about this. But in blitz, it's playable. I even played this over the board not so long ago, back in August, against about a 1900 rated player. So hopefully I can illustrate how to play this. Just got to take some caution. At some point, I want to break with c5. It's the thing. Let's play h6 first. My opponent seems content to just build up his position. White's a little bit better here. Make no mistake about it. 3 knight f3, the bummer variation. Yeah, knight f3 is a good move against a lot of scanning lines. It really is. Okay, rook d2. Interesting. I think now I'm going to play for c5. Let's bust this open. He instantly replies with that move, so I think I'm going to take. He'll probably take with the knight. And then after we trade knights, I think he'll take with the rook. No, he takes with the pawn. All right, interesting. I think I should expand with b5 now. Granted, he can get in d6, but my bishop can just seamlessly drop back here. No, he's going to bring the queen back. All right, well, let's go here. I think it's good to blockade the d6 square if possible. So he's got this IQP now, this isolated pawn. Let's take. And now I'm going to jump this knight up. I want to cover f5. I don't want his knight coming in here. Now I'm looking at knight c4 if I get a chance. That'd be a nice attack on this. So he covers. Rook e8 seems sensible. Let's do that. So f5 is the square I'm going to keep my eye on, for sure. c4 feels a little premature. c4, I guess he can play b4 or take. Taking is probably better. But maybe I take with the queen then. Nah, but still his knight can try to get into f5. Let's do this first. Just connect the rooks. Still monitoring this guy. Queen f5 maybe? Yeah, let's do it. If he takes, I'm going to take with a rook. I like my pawns on the queen side. I feel like I'm controlling a lot of territory, especially along the 4th rank. Who's rooting for Lovlas? Tobias, come on. Thank you, Mohammed. I appreciate that. Root for the home team here. Okay, so can I just win a pawn? Knight takes d5? Don't see why not. Take, take. Yeah, I think that just snatches a pawn. I could also try to play b4, but I think I'm going to settle for the easier move. Rook d1, yup. Probably queen here is easiest. All right, so I'm ahead of pawn. Got to be careful, though. This isn't going to be a walk in the park. Let's go rook c8. He was hitting my rook here. If queen b7, I think I'm going to play bishop f8 and try to cover everything. The queen's doing a good job of holding both of these points. And hopefully I can focus on advancing my c-pawn very soon. He's got some aggressive tries here. He's going to do that. Okay. Queen c6 would force a trade. Let's go ahead and play c4. I think I like that a bit more. a3 is weak for him. Let's pre-move that capture. Probably a4 is what he should do. And then I'm thinking about a5. Queen b8. Okay, so he's going for bishop c5. He wants that threat. But how about queen d6? Gotta watch that time. There's no increment here. So time is of the essence. I don't want to trade quite yet. Keep this on the board. Let's go this. So we're at a bit of a standoff here. Oh, I had check followed by bishop d6. That was just winning immediately. That was very foolish of me. Let's go here. Oh, and he hung his queen. You did not see that my queen was covering h5. Whew. We take that first game, but yeah, I could have played check followed by bishop d6. So, first game in the books. Good game, Lovlas. I'm in 32nd place, tied with just a bunch of people. Let's see who's up here. We're at 223 players. Yoordin is next. It's going to be tough to berserk in some of these games. We're going Scandi again. I'm trying to get this Icelandic gambit. d4. All right, here we go. Are we going to have a chance at it? So, this is the idea in the Icelandic. You play e6 and he doesn't take the pawn. Bummer. All right, I guess I'll take. So now by transposition, we've reached exchange French defense, I guess. Don't really know how to play this, but I'll do my best. Let's castle. If he moves this bishop, I'm going to take on c4. Let's take. He's letting me defend the pawn. Interesting. Yeah, let's just develop here, though. I'll let him take on c4 if he wants. Is the Icelandic gambit with d4 e6 or is it c4 e6? It could be c4 e6. I've honestly forgot. I wonder if I even played that right. No time to think about it now, but I'll check that. Let's take, and then I'm going to play knight d5. So hitting this, trying to look at c3 as well. He goes back. So now I could take here, and I think I'm going to do that. And just try my best to defend this guy. So let's go c6 now. Yeah, he wants to win that pawn back. Which I can't blame him. Because I would want to do that too. Alright, a5. Let's see how he attacks it. It's c4 e6. Okay, so I actually didn't even play the Icelandic Gambit right. Oh well. He didn't go for it. Let's go here. Yeah, I'm not sure about this position. I'm up a pawn, and now I'm attacking a4, but he's got a lot of activity, and he has the bishop pair, and I'm down a minute on the clock. Go figure. Okay, I'm not going to take on a4 yet. I think he's going to try to play bishop f4, but we're going to have to just deal with that when it happens. Next, hopefully I can go rook e8. I've never met a pawn I didn't like, guys, so that's why I'm grabbing the material like this. Now I'm going to try to get my knight to d5. So do this. He retreats. Okay, I like to see that. Hitting h3. This guy's fast. He's a speedster. Next, I probably want to make some luft around my king, so maybe a move like h6. Yeah, let's just do that. Bit of a standoff here. Queen a3? Looks like it might bother him. Maybe I lose b7 doing this. Yeah, that actually probably wasn't a good move because the bishop takes d5. But okay. The game will continue. Let's take. I want knight e3. Let's bring this over. So now it's equal material. He's threatening mate. Guess I gotta go here. Can play bishop d2 and he has bishop takes h6 ideas, unfortunately for me. Still gonna take that. And hopefully try to coordinate. If queen g5, I'm gonna go knight here, but I don't know about that idea, actually. Ooh, good move. That I did not see. Well, I gotta take, I think. It's forced. Ooh, and he can just take here. Oh, I'm gonna go down. I'm losing. Oh, nice game. Nice game, Yoordin. Yeah, he just got me there with bishop takes h6. I was probably slipping a little bit even before that. But, oh man, this is gonna hurt. Still plenty of time left. 50 minutes, but yeah, he took me down right there. Alright, it's time to berserk already. And must play faster. I keep getting black in every game. Alright, let's keep trying for the Icelandic. This is my third black in a row. Another non-attempt at it. So this is like a mainline Scandinavian without the knights, which I think should favor black because my queen is more stable on d5 now. He can't chase it away so easily with knight to c3. So I'm playing e5 just to challenge him in the center. Hello, Ari and Emil. John, how didn't you see that? See what? My opponent played a good game last game. I feel like I should have been doing well, but it was not to be. Okay, here I think I'm just going to play c5 and protect this pawn. Looking at the standings, NM Bigproblem already has 12 points. I only have 2 points, and I'm not streaking, so this is going to be tough. They give you black every game, so it's fair to your opponents. I don't know about that. I think I'm the one who needs help right now. So if bishop back to b1, I think I'm going to play this and try to attack c4, just win a tempo. Thanks, Bakuz. I'm not a big expert on the London system, but I'll see what I can do. It's castle. So I'm ahead of pawn. I've got this pawn nicely anchored on d4 as well. Let's bring this back. So now, if I bring my knight to a5, I could be hitting these two guys. b3 in particular is weak as a result of white's last move. I might also play around with bishop f6. I don't want to do it yet because he has bishop d6. It's probably a good move that he just played. Stabilizing the position a bit. Let's put the bishop here. I'm just going to go h6 again. Keeping knight a5 in reserve until I sense a really good moment to do it. Let's actually play a5. This seems interesting. a5, a4. Look to break his structure that way. And my thinking is if he plays a4, I'll go knight b4, and this knight, or this bishop rather, might have to move. Okay, so he's going to let me do this. So now this should work out very well for me structurally on the queen side. I'm threatening to take his pawn. If he takes here, then that splits up his a and his c pawns. I'll take back and I'll have pressure on both. b4 just loses a pawn. So I think he's in trouble now. If he defends the pawn with a move like rook b2, I'll trade and then play knight a5. Hit the rook and go after c4. So he's going to take, but yeah. Now he's unable to defend both of these. I think I'm going to take a3 first because I am hitting the bishop now. c4 I think will always be weak in this position. So there's no rush to win it. All right, back to tournament. So we win that game. We're in 33rd place of 251. Wow. I think the bullet arena is, ooh, an E player. All right, E player, I'm berserking against you, man. No offense, E player. This is a frequent opponent in the Lee Chess tournaments. He's probably going to play like he's berserking anyways because E player plays extremely fast. I'm going to let him take on f4. E-Player recently said in one of the comments, he said, John, I hope all of your YouTube success hasn't gone to your head. And I was a little offended by that, E-Player. I was a little hurt that you would say that. I'm still Johnny from the block. Don't get it twisted. Okay, let's play b4. I think he was just peeved that we haven't played against each other in Lee Chess tournaments recently because I haven't been playing them. I think knight g5. Nah, actually just bishop f1 looks most reasonable. Just kick his queen out. Maybe even move the knight now, or move the bishop rather. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think he's ever going to take on c4 because I'm going to do this. He's playing for the mate, E player. But is it going to work out? I don't know. He's not threatening much at the moment, so I feel relatively safe. Wants knight g4. All right, let's go h4. Oh, I got to watch my time once again. Let's take. Go knight g5. Okay, let's take here. Now I got to open the position. And I got to open it ASAP. F5, not quite working. Let's go here. I don't like my position so much. Do not think this is so great. and I have 31 seconds. All right, full concentration, John. Full concentration. Attack that guy. Ooh, he dropped a piece. Okay, 27 seconds. We can do this. Let's just go here. Let's take. If he takes, I can take with the bishop on d5, importantly. If rook g4, I have bishop f3, I believe. Among other things. Take first and then bishop f3, probably better. So we are winning, but he's going to make it interesting. Okay, take check. Take here. Push the pawn. Don't care about the h-pawn at all. It's meaningless. King h7, I think bishop e4 is a useful move at all times. But let's just push the pawn. If knight e7, I think I can just push d8. It's probably the simplest. It's going to let me queen, huh? Now this pawn is pinned. So this is going to be checkmate. All right. I dodged a bit of a bullet there. My position when he started massing his pieces on the king side wasn't so good. I thought I was going to be able to break through in the center on the queen side, but it didn't pan out. Hey, James. And hello to you, Artem. All right, next game, Exrich. I think I got to berserk this game too. Let's play e4. Just got to try to make a run here. Playing a mainline Caro-Kann. I'm going to play a slightly tricky variation, h4 and then knight e2, looking to come here. I do not think white gets any advantage in this line, but for a blitz game, especially one that I need to win to get back in the mix of things, it's all right. So let's do this. Play the bishop out. I think he should play e5 here, would be the move. And then if takes, he can trade queens, but no, he's going to do that. Okay. Let's go here. So I might get an attack against f7 if he takes on f4. All right, he doesn't do it, so let's stabilize now. Just guard d4, also stop any bishop takes c2 business. I think this move might be worth playing. So now he can't move his bishop because he would lose g7. Let's go here. I don't know which way I'll castle yet. I'm just leaving my king in the center. I want to be ambiguous, and he blundered that. Now if king f8, he actually runs into this. Now I'm going to win his queen. All right, he resigned. That's what we need. We need a quick victory like that. And I'm back on the first page, 13 points. Seb32, wow, you are doing awesome. You're only rated 1782. I say only, I mean, that's a good rating, but there's tons of other 2,000 plus players in this tournament. And you're tied for first there, 16 points. Awesome job. Yeah, we got unicorns, we got Bigproblem. All right, this is another game I got to berserk. Well, this is turning into a thematic tournament for me, so let's keep going. Knight f3 is one of those moves you face sometimes online. It's not good. I mean, white is just losing a pawn here, but a lot of people pre-move knight f3. If every game like this was what I get out of the Scandinavian, I would play it all the time, even in classical chess. John looks like Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars. What? I'm not wearing a hood, though. Maybe I should be. Hey, Andrew. Good to see you. Want to attack f2. Let's go h5. Let's send Harry up the board. Play around with this. It's hard for white to coordinate. Yeah, so I was sort of waiting for that move, because now knight d4 hits the queen, hits c2. I'm guarding b5, so he has to play his queen back to d1, actually. It's the only way to cover everything. And then I think I'll just continue mowing with h4. Yeah, now this becomes annoying as well. Also e3 might have been interesting there on the previous move. Ooh, let's see if I can get the smothered mate. Bishop f1, knight f3. Bishop f1, knight f3. Is he going to do it, or is he going to see it? I think he sees it, because he would have played bishop f1 by now. If he takes here first, I take on g2 in between move, and I'm hitting his rook. He's suspicious. Oh, we get it. All right, we get knight f3 mate. And we're in first place. 18 points. Oh, Bloblub just got up there too. Gotta love that. Knight f3 checkmate. Yeah. I'm sorry to inflict that upon you, Delusua, but that was a pretty one. Lovlas. So Lovlas lost to me, then he berserked and won. NM Bigproblem. All right. Is this James? I don't know, but... Oh, I wanted to berserk this one, but I guess we'll just play it normal. Let's take with the queen this time. I haven't had any luck getting the Icelandic Gambit anyways, so we'll try this. If he takes on e5, I'm going to trade on d1. He does not do it. Okay. So bishop g4 it is. And bishop e3. Okay, now I'm going to take and try to inflict this pawn structure damage on him. I think I want to take here now. It's probably the best move. I think I'm pretty pleased to play this position. I like this for black. If bishop b5, I think castles is probably good. Let's just castle now. So structurally, I feel like I should have an advantage now. I mean, not even feels like it's a definite advantage structure-wise. Let's go here. So I'm thinking about trying to do this, trying to make that happen. Do I want to play with... Nah. If bishop a5, I was a little worried about knight c4, so I'm just going to go back to e7. Ooh, let's go knight e5. Hit the bishop. Also, this is tender now. Do I give a check? Yeah, probably. Let's do it. But he can actually just play his king up. That was not smart of me. I just got to go back now. That was a complete waste of time. I thought he had to take it because of f2, but that was not true at all. Knight d5, maybe? Let's go knight back here. I'm playing pretty suspiciously right now. He might actually be able to grab on a7. Doesn't do it, fortunately for me. Okay, let's take. Knight d5 might have been good in that previous position, actually. Okay, I'm just going to go here. I keep wondering if he can take on f7. It kind of seems like he can, because if I play b6, he always has bishop a6, is my thinking. Okay, now I'm glad I didn't berserk this game, because I'm playing way slow. Go figure. Let's remove this as a threat once and for all. Wants this f5 square. Good move, I think. Good move. So I'm going to put the bishop on f6. Rearrange a bit. Rook d8 kind of puts myself in a pin, but I think I have to play it. How do I free myself now? Knight e7 coming next? I'm still enjoying the better pawn structure, but I'm not thrilled about my position. This has been a sloppy game. I'm not very happy about my play this game. Okay, let's go here. Now knight c5 becomes an issue too. Okay, but I think I might just be in time. If knight c5, I can play f5, importantly. I hope my opponents aren't watching this stream, but I'm sure they are. If they're in the tournament, they're probably watching this stream. Okay, knight here, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. I'm all pinned up. For now, I'm holding my own. B6. Kind of got to win this game, so I'm going to risk B6. Let's control C5. If F5, I'm going to go here. Problem is now rook G1 becomes annoying. So let's... Oh, and my A6 pawn is hanging. Whoops. All right, I got to do that, I suppose. Let's go here. He's going to put his bishop on F3. I feel like I'm just getting hounded here. I only have 17 seconds as well. He can play knight D6. Big time pressure now. Got to try to build a mating net. Probably not going to happen, though, because he can take there. Let's advance this H-pawn. So far down on time. Oh, take that. Oh, I'm so slow. Nice game, Bigproblem. Nice game. Yep. Yeah, you had me under pressure in the middle game there for quite a while. So that sends me down to 7th and no flame anymore. Yes, he is Bigproblem. Okay, James, good game. All right, now I'm back to Berserk territory. Got to do it. Let's go E4 again. Losing games in my own tournament, it hurts. It's good to see the talent we have on display here, though. I'm going to play the Bishop G5 Najdorf. This is the variation that I almost always played back when I was an E4 player. Queen F3, getting ready to castle. This is all theory. Queen C7 being the main move. Any advice on beating strong opponents? Mostly you just got to play your normal game, Spencer. You don't want to try to do anything vastly different from what you normally do, because it's easy to psych yourself out against higher rated competition, and that's a recipe for disaster. So don't feel like you have to deviate because you think your opponent might know more than you. Just play your normal game and just try to do what has worked against lower rated players or players your own rating. So don't overthink it is my main piece of advice. Try to control the light squares here. I do have his light square bishop now. The D5 square is pretty weak, so I can try to take and jump the knight into D5 at some point. Let's go queen here. I still have a puncher's chance in this tournament. I mean, it's early, but I need to string some wins together, and probably some berserking wins. Let's go G4. This move looks interesting. He can't take it with the knight because he loses the bishop on E7. So I'm thinking I can maybe bulldoze him with my pawns. Take, followed by G5. And just bash through with the pawns. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do now. Bulldozer. I also always have this knight D5 move if necessary. This is the type of chess I'm sure many of you hope that I play more often. Just direct attacking chess. G6 looks pretty darn strong here, by the way, too. I think I'm going to go for that, trying to win the F7 pawn. So this pawn is pinned to his king. Yeah, this looks bad with the pressure converging here. And if I take on f7 with, say, the bishop, he would not be able to play king over because my queen is swinging to h3 with imminent checkmate. I do need the fire. I need the fire emojis bad right now, guys. I've already dropped 2. Agumon, I'm 30 years old. And I started playing when I was maybe 8 years old. Although I didn't play tournaments until maybe age 10 or so. Actually, it could be later than that. Maybe age 12. Somewhere in that region, 10 to 12. I think I've played my first rated game. Okay, so now he's got to take. Ooh, because, yeah, this happens. He gets stuck in the column here. Now we've got checkmate next move. All right, so 27 minutes. I'm in 6th place. All these guys got the fire. Hopefully they take each other out. Mamyan Manuk is in here. This player is tough. Played them before. All right, Quasar. Got to berserk this one. I have 1 GM norm, that's correct. Let's play a Sicilian this time. Play the Khan variation. Okay, so he's playing a line that doesn't work so well against the Khan. Bishop e3 on move number 6. This is one thing I like about the Khan variation, which is where you put the pawns like so, is that if white plays kind of routine English attack style chess, maybe like they're used to, black gets a big initiative out of this. Like already in this position, black is doing pretty well. I don't know that black is better quite yet, but getting d5 in that early in a Sicilian is almost always good. So, okay, I think I can take and then take here. And I believe I think I can play knight takes e4 now. Actually, I got to be careful. Take here. I don't want to run into bishop b5 check at the end of the variation. So yeah, let's play it this way. Knight c5 becomes a threat. Also knight e5 maybe. Let's do that. So I should just be straight up winning the e4 pawn now. Queen c4 is a little tricky. I think I can take here, though, if he plays that way. You need 3 Grandmaster norms to become a Grandmaster. 3 norms and 2,500 FIDE rating. Okay, b5. Yeah, b5 looks smart. So try to kick that queen off balance. That queen was pinning my knight on c5, so it was annoying. Yeah, I agree, Artem. I like the Khan a lot. It's a very intriguing opening. I can take here now. Let's do it. That hits this queen with tempo. Let's wheel this guy around. Again, hitting the queen. And then I'm going to play bishop b7 next move. Finally try to stabilize things. If bishop f4, I have e5 maybe. Now you can just drop back to g3, but bishop f4 is not worrying. Okay, let's take here. Then I get knight b3. Fork. Take this guy. Take here. Now we're up a grip of material. So just basically got to avoid losing on time now. Let's play f6, just stop any knight e5 business. Go queen c2. Got to start going in for the kill. Now I'm on his bishop and his rook. I'm going to go rook c2 next move, I think. We hung his rook. Too much material. All right, back to tournament. So we're in 4th place, 24 points. I'm within striking distance, 4 points. Ooh, Lovlas just vaulted up there. But if I can play one of them and win, there's still a lot of time. We've still got roughly a third of the tournament left. Need more berserk victories. AssaultAgent is the next opponent. We're going to get another Sicilian from the looks of it. Maybe another Najdorf. Yep, another Najdorf. Let's go bishop g5. Play this same exact variation. Except black is playing a more crafty move order this time. I think I'm going to take here and then just castle. Not exactly sure of the theory, but I can pretend like I know what I'm doing in this line. Let's go g4. It seems interesting. So looking for g5. I don't have my dark square bishop, but I do have a nice lead in development now. So one thing you can do, if you get your pawn up to g5 in this line, you can try to play it to g6 and break up the f7 and e6 structure. So that's what I'm going to look to do next. Probably he'll play knight d7, and I'm going to go g6. Might stick his knight on e5, but I think he's in for some trouble no matter what he does here. Yep, he does. And king d7, right. So he's trying to guard this e6 pawn. Can almost play knight takes e6 here, but I don't think that's quite working out, so I'm just going to pull this back. If he takes, I think I can then play knight takes e6. It's going to work. Knight d5 is very interesting here. Tactically, I think that's going to work, so I'm going to do it. This is a common stroke in the Sicilian as well, knight into d5. So if he takes it, I take with a pawn, and then my bishop is making its way to f5, is my thinking. Like, let's say he plays bishop a4 here to save it. Yeah, so now I get in check followed by knight e6. This king has to go back to d8. Yeah, I can pre-move this move. We'll just pick up that queen. Okay, so it's not completely over yet because, well, I have 42 seconds for one thing. I'm happy to take that. Let's give it a check. Now we get the double attack on these guys. Take. Now it's just a matter of picking off his defenders. Attack the bishop twice. Let's check here. Get this over. Queen d7 coming. And that's going to be checkmate. Yeah, so that illustrated a lot of themes in the Sicilian. It's fun to play those games. I don't play those so much anymore because I'm not playing e4 actively in tournaments, but still got the old magic from time to time. Glad you guys like that one. All right, got to berserk this one too. Let's continue with the e4 train against Myts. I'm going to play bishop c4. I'm going to play the Italian and just go for it. See how much theory I remember in this line. Ooh, he's going to let me play the fried liver. Okay, buckle up. This could get interesting, especially if he plays the best move, king e6. So this is the fried liver attack, and he does not play the best move, unfortunately. So, what can you do? So I'm just going to be up a couple pawns now, but yeah, if black plays king e6, there's a bunch of theory. I used to play these positions all the time when I would give simuls. Very often people would go into this line. Knight e4 looks pretty good. Yeah, attacking the queen, attacking d6. Don't think I'm going to take on d6 quite yet if he plays something like queen e7. I think I'll just play d3. Yeah, let's go d3. We're looking for bishop g5, I'm thinking. He covers. So let's castle. My king should be safe enough. Because if I take on d6, he does get to connect his pawns, and it is opposite colored bishops. I'd still be a lot better there, but I think probably best to keep a little tension in the position. Okay, so here if bishop b4, I'm going to play bishop c5 is my plan. I can also take on c7 if he does that. I'd like to do this. I'd love to trade, I think, the dark square bishops more so than bishop for knight. I think this is probably better than queen takes c7, although queen takes c7 seems good as well. So if he takes here, I take here. He takes b2, I take f8. He takes a1, I take g7 was my calculation. Just a forced sequence. Just checking if I could have trapped his bishop there, but I don't think so. So if he takes, I regain the bishop, and I'm up, what, 2 pawns? Let's take the file now. So this should just be a technical win now. I had the 2 pawns for no particular compensation for black. Thanks, Mr. Billy. Get the king up. Let's go here, so looking for rook c3. Ooh, now I ran into check, and I'm going to win his bishop next. We're right there, but these guys are so far ahead on points. This is going to be tough. I'm going to play a fancy move. So if he takes, knight c5 is the point. Then if he goes after my knight, I think I'm just going to run my h-pawn. Easiest way to win this. Okay, back to tournament. So I'm at 34, 16 minutes remaining. Got to keep berserking. Guran 1987. What is your favorite chess game in all of history? Well, I like Morphy versus the Duke. I know that's not a very original answer, but that's the very first game that I memorized. There's a video of it on my channel, and it's just a beautiful game. I mean, it shows a lot of concepts that beginners and really all chess players should know. Take first, or let's do this first. I was thinking bishop b4 check as well, but this looks good. He can castle now, but he doesn't. Okay, so now I'm up a pawn and his king is in the center. This is looking good. We have rapid development attacking. Let's go here. So if he takes, I think he'll lose the bishop. Is his problem. Plays that back. Okay, so this should just be winning material for me. Take. We're on d2. All right, so I might get a quick win here. This is a big boost to my chances, but I got to get these guys somehow on points. It's not looking like it's going to happen. Check, and this is forced mate coming up due to bishop f5. Okay, back to tournament. So the berserk wins help a lot, but trailing by several points with Bigproblem, just not suffering hardly any defeats, just that one defeat against Lovlas, and those two guys are trading places. I need to get paired with one of them. All right, I'm going to berserk and try to win this thing against Oh, he's berserking as well. All right, that's the sporting spirit I like to see. May the best man win, Lovlas. Okay, let's do this. So this is like a bullet game now. A slightly longer bullet game. Let's go here. Keeping h6 in reserve. Playing the King's Indian attack. I think I should just take. And if he lets me, I'm gonna go for both of the rooks. Yeah, why not? Now knight g5 is on deck. Let's go here. I'm attacking both of these guys. Let's maneuver. Bring this knight in. If he takes twice, I can go knight h4 and then win f5. Is my thinking. Okay. All right, well, let's take to start and go check. Okay, we'll play knight g6. I'm just going to develop, or try to. Wants the light square bishops traded. Yeah, makes sense. Let's bring this guy in. Material-wise, it's equal. I'm annoyed that I lost that pawn on h5. I think he's calculating if he can take on g3 now. Which I don't think I can recapture, so I'm going to do this. Huh. I got to do something. I'm not sure about this either, though. His king is pretty safe. This is probably not so good. Yeah, he gets that in. This is not looking good. We'll see, though. Need to get free here. Oh man, knight g4. That was a good move. I'm just losing now. Good game, Lovlas. Yeah, you got me there. I thought I was doing well when I took on d5 and got the 2 rooks against the queen, but it was not to be. Nice one. All right, I'm still going to try to berserk. Got to try to get back up there. That was a do-or-die game, and unfortunately I died. Let's play the con again, if he lets me. Queen c7. I'm going to play something funky. Go attack h2. This is not the normal move, but it is playable. John, what is the best chess nation right now, in your opinion? I got to say the US, as far as our top players. I mean, you got Wesley, Fabiano, and Nakamura. As far as overall, I mean, hard to step to Russia, always. Just the sheer number of grandmasters they have is always impressive. So my bishop is a little weird looking on d6, but hopefully I can make something of it. Let's go h5. Actually, probably knight b4 is better. He might be thinking about trying to use the c5 square, so let's do this instead. Unleashes the light square bishop too. Nah, I don't want to take yet. Let's go here. Weird development for the knight, but seems fine. Go here. I think he's going to put the bishop in on c5. No, he brings it back. Okay. Got to remember I have 1 minute remaining. Yeah, as far as depth, as I was saying, Russia is just supreme. They do have a lot of 2700s. Let's go f6. Start trying to undermine. I'm going to take with a pawn. This exposes my king a little bit, but I'm thinking maybe I can play king h8 and rook g8. Try to attack down the file. So Lovlas and Bigproblem are just competing for first right now. It's going to be tough to overtake Lovlas unless Bigproblem beats him, I think. Okay, so looking for rook g8 and pressure against g2. That's the plan here. Hey, Anton Ravenhood. Let's continue. Bishop b6 doesn't worry me much. I don't believe. Ooh, that is a weakening move right there. Okay, now how do I kill him on the light squares? I don't have much time to think about it, so I'm just going to play some logical looking moves. But this bishop is now ready to feast. I'm going to try to bring my other rook over in preparation for more attacks. So maybe rook h6 next. He does have a lot of defensive g3, though. How do I break through here? It's not going to be so simple. Attack that rook. Get the queen lined up. Now maybe knight d6 coming up. Yeah. Head bishop takes e4 right there. Could have played that. That was much better, but this is also looking pretty good. Take this guy. Loose rook. All right, back to tournament. So less than 7 minutes. Oh, Lovlas, you withdrew? Maybe he had to leave. But that's going to open the door for National Master Bigproblem. Do you like other perfect information strategy games like Go? Yes, Go in particular I'm a fan of. I like that game a lot. So my opponent's playing the London system here. I'm going to try to strike at c5 as quickly as I can. It's castle. Might even go for a double fianchetto. I think I will. Against Xerox. Bring the knight to d7. This is real standard looking stuff for both sides. Knight d2 for white. Let's just go rook here. Might play queen b8 to a8. There's one idea I'm playing with. Yeah, let's go for that. Fire away at the long diagonal. Also gets my queen off of this same diagonal as white's bishop on h2. I don't think a5 was such a great move by him. I'm very happy to play b5 here and maybe cramp him with c4 later. So he goes back. Let's just bring our rook over. I'm going to play e5. I'm wondering if this will work tactically. I think it ought to, because at the end of the variation, after all the trades occur on e5, I should have pressure against d2. Yeah, so he doesn't want to mess with that. Let's reposition the rook a bit now. All right, let's take once. Thinking take twice and put my knight on d5. Plays that. All right, now I'm going to go c4. Change it up a little bit. Let's take. Get this knight over as well. We'll go here. Not a whole lot of time to think about it. Maybe knight into b4 is helpful. We'll try it. Now I'm on this guy too. Ooh, and if my knight gets into d3, this has got to be massive. Win the b2 pawn. So next I should probably play d5 and go b4. d5 just to defend the pawn on c4. And then start trying to muscle my way in with the pawns. And not lose on time. b4 coming, I hope. Yeah, once these pawns get connected, this is looking real rough for white. Still have to figure out how to advance them. Queen d7, I have the capture here, importantly. Ooh, he can maybe take here. Did not see that. Not sure it works, actually. I can take here, his bishop's under attack, and if bishop e5, I take. That might be a lucky break by me. Yeah, take. And the point is, my queen is defending this at the end of the line. But I have so very little time. But he's playing pretty slow. Okay. Won that game. Less than 2 minutes remaining. And what happened to NM Bigproblem? So Lovlas didn't actually withdraw, it looks like. It's Berserk this one last game. So this will probably be the last one with 2 minutes remaining. We're playing the Kalashnikov. Where is Tony Rotella? He wrote a book on this opening called The Killer Sicilian, which I reviewed on my channel a while back. We need Tony to tell us the theory in this line, because I certainly don't remember it. So I'm threatening bishop b6 followed by this. That's my idea. I guess I'll go... I'm actually going to play this. So look at this square. Try to clamp the queen side like so. Okay, so he's going to fianchetto from the looks of it. I think I should go ahead and play a5 anyways. Yeah, let's do that. If he takes, I take with the knight, and then I'm looking at c6. Gotta figure that's strong. If he takes, do I take with a pawn? No, he's going to play bishop there instead. Okay, interesting. So let's take. And... which way to take? Which way? Let's take here, I guess. Not much time to figure it out. I want to get at a6, so I'm trying to prepare c4, but I don't know. Hard to say who's going to get there quicker. Me attacking over here or him establishing some sort of positional domination, because my bishop is actually pretty bad right now. It's not a good piece. Can I go b4? Try it. Oh, that's why I can't play b4. Did not see rook takes b4 at all. Whoops. That's a pretty costly error because now my king is extremely, or sorry, his knight is extremely stable on this square. Boy, this position's bad. All I can do is play fast and hope. Rook takes h4. Blunder that. You know what? Let's try this. This doesn't work in the slightest, but we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. With my extremely limited time. Let's pull this back. I've got a couple checks, I suppose, on c8 and whatnot, but shouldn't amount to anything. Problem is I can't even take a6 because he just takes g3. So that's not going to help. Nice move. That was nice. I'm going down. Down, down, down. Knight comes around to e2. Ooh, nice one. Okay, so Han Hagen destroyed me that game. B4 was an extremely bad move, right on, where was it? This move right here. And actually, if I can't play B4 here, I think I'm almost certainly worse, because the knight can't be pushed around. You can't let a knight like that stay grounded on that square, so I was trying to get it out, but just overlooked that he can play rook takes B4. Okay, so let's take a look at the final standings. This is a fun tournament. So, congratulations to FIDE Master Lovlas, who won with 65 points. He recovered really well, so he lost to me that first game, and then he lost his third game as well, but he won the remainder of his games. He won like 14 in a row or something, so awesome to see that. National Master Bigproblem, James Canty, also played an extremely strong tournament. Looks like, yeah, he was pretty close to catching Lovelace at the end. That draw might have slowed him down a bit. And, of course, that lost to Lovelace, but he won the rest of his games. So congratulations to him as well. 350 players. That's, I think, the biggest tournament that I've ever participated in. I know the Lee Chess Autumn Marathons and their seasonal tournaments, they get many players like that in their 24-hour tournaments, but I think the last time I created a tournament on Lee Chess, there weren't nearly this many people. So I had a rather up and down tournament. Played some interesting games, but yeah, those losses. I lost 4 games, the 3 games listed here, and also that last one to Han Hagen. That killed me. So yeah, I was kind of under pressure in a couple of these. Yoordin played a nice game to beat me in round 2. So I'm just looking through the standings here, trying to see how many usernames I recognize. So thank you to everyone who tuned in and played. And let me know, by the way, in the comments if you guys like this format, doing a tournament every once in a while. I think it was fun. We can always adjust the time control. I just kind of chose 3+0 at random. But let me know if you like the longer ones. Maybe we could do a classical arena. Then I'd have even more time to explain my thoughts in the future. I'm going to shut this baby down in a couple minutes, but if anyone has any last-minute questions or thoughts, put it in the YouTube chat. Who has been your most challenging opponent? I would say International Master Sean Nagel, just because I have a bad record against him and we played quite a bit. He's another International Master from here in Minnesota. Have you ever played a Super GM? Yes, I played Wesley So twice in over-the-board chess, although I think on both occasions he was not nearly as high rated as he is now. I think he was over 2,700 or maybe close to it on both occasions. But Wesley's the highest rated player I played. John, have you ever played Julio Granda Zuniga, the Peruvian Grandmaster? I have not, although I love his games. Hey, baby. Favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. Thanks, Tebow. By the way, thanks for tuning in and playing. I wish I could extend. I got to go do some work. John, what made you decide to grow a beard? I was just looking to change it up. And it's nice because you can be lazier with a beard. What are your predictions regarding the Pro Chess League? Honestly, I haven't been paying as much attention to the Pro Chess League as I probably should. I like the Chess Bras, though. I'll be rooting for them because our team is out. We didn't even make the playoffs. So yeah, I'll be rooting for them. And they seem to have strong lineups that they field every single week. Who wins in Classical, me or Penguin? Well, Penguin just beat me in Classical not less than a week ago, so right now, he's probably the slight favorite. How would Paul Morphy fare today? Against the strong players, not so well. However, if you gave Morphy access to all of the resources that we have available and allowed him to study for a while, who knows how high he could climb, because he was clearly ahead of his time. In reality, his strength probably wasn't more than 2,300 FIDE, though, I imagine. Yeah, the name Fins comes from a Jimmy Buffett song. Fins to the left, fins to the right. Thanks, Emil. John, what is your opinion on knight h3 on move 1? I've seen some people use it, the Amar. Can't say I played it myself. How do you balance chess study with play? Well, probably at my level, I got to study more than I play nowadays. But for most people, you should be, I think, playing more than you study, honestly. But you should be playing longer games so that you actually get good material to work on. There's really no replacement for playing longer games against good opposition and analyzing those games thoroughly afterwards. Have you ever been in a fight, John? Once in 7th grade. Although I hesitate to even call it a fight. It was more of like a wrestling match. I did win, though, but not since 7th grade. Do you have a side job? Nope. Chess is all I do. I do it full time. I have been for the past 5+ years now. How can you get kids of 4 and 5 interested in chess? Any tips? Maybe if you can find some entertaining chess videos, that might be good. But you should play with them and not pressure them too much to learn the rules and be able to memorize exactly what you want them to memorize at first. I think if they're interested, they'll come around. Oh, we've got the spammers in the chat telling us that you can get rich working from home. Probably for 1 hour a day. We got the Ty Lopez's in the chat. I just tweeted about that guy, Ty Lopez, but I swear every time I watch a video, because I don't use ad block for YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to, just because I want to support them. The content creators get ad revenue if you don't use ad block. And every single video is a Ty Lopez video. And I can't stand the dude. I don't know if he bought out every single ad space there is on YouTube, but it would be one thing if it was like, some sort of, I don't know, maybe charity or something, an ad for a charity that people are asking you to donate to, but his videos can be summarized as get rich quick schemes that don't actually work, from what I've seen. Okay, guys, I gotta run. What about a new girlfriend? No, I don't have a girlfriend right now. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. Once again, let me know about the format, what you think. This is a lot of fun. Appreciate all of the 350 plus people who played and those who watched. And hope everyone has a good Friday. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Oh, thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. I'll be playing Amon in the first round, so I'm sure you'll be tuning in. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.